Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into one of the biggest stories in public health, vaccines. But this isn't just about the shots you got as a kid. We're going to look at how they protect you, your community, and even your future in ways you probably don't expect. I want to start with just one number, 150 million. That's the estimated number of children's lives saved by vaccination programs over the last 50 years. I mean, think about that for a second. That is a staggering, life-altering number, all built one shot at a time.
So, okay, the impact is huge. We get that. But let's make it personal. Let's talk about what's in it for you, because this is a tool for your entire life.
You know, we tend to think of vaccines as a kid thing, right? Something that happens when you're little, and then you just kind of move on. But what the science is showing us now is that the benefits ripple out across our entire lives, protecting our health, our independence, and even our minds as we get older.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Take shingles. You know, that painful rash that's actually the chickenpox virus coming back to haunt you? Well, a major study found that getting the shingles vaccine didn't just prevent the rash, it was also linked to a 20% lower risk of developing dementia. I mean, that's huge, and it just goes to show you that the benefits can be way broader than we ever imagined.
So that's what's in it for you. But the protection doesn't stop there. The next ripple outward is about protecting your circle, the people around you. Because yeah, getting vaccinated is never just about you.
Just look at this. Between 1990 and 2019, a handful of common childhood vaccines are thought to have prevented almost 87 million deaths in kids under 5. That's not a typo. 87 million. It's an incredible testament to the power of community protection.
And here's why that community effort is so vital. Some of these diseases are just unbelievably contagious. The World Health Organization says that one person with measles can infect up to 90% of the unvaccinated people close to them. It just spreads through the air, it can linger for hours. That's why high vaccination rates are so important. They build a wall that stops an outbreak before it can even start.
And this isn't some abstract threat. In our totally connected world, a disease is literally just a plane ride away. Take this case from Ontario back in 2008. 2 unvaccinated kids visiting from Switzerland accidentally brought measles with them. That sparked 23 more cases, exposing people in schools, clinics, you name it. It's a really powerful reminder that we're all in this together.
Okay, now, let's talk about something we can't ignore. If you've spent, 5 minutes online, you've seen that this whole topic can get pretty messy. There's a lot of conflicting information out there, and it's totally understandable to feel confused. So, let's tackle some of the biggest concerns head-on and sort out the facts.
This is probably the big one, right? The question that just seems to persist and has caused a lot of genuine anxiety for people. So, where did it even come from? Well, this entire firestorm can be traced back to one single, pretty flawed study that was published decades ago. And it's so important to understand the difference between that one paper and the mountain of evidence that came after. That initial study from 1998, it involved just 12 children. 12. It was so flawed that it was eventually retracted and completely discredited. Now, compare that to the scientific consensus. We're talking more than 23 huge studies with hundreds of thousands of kids. And all of them, every single one, found no link between the MMR vaccine and autism.
Okay, so if that one study was so wrong, how do scientists keep an eye on vaccine safety? And what about the very real reactions that people sometimes have after a shot? Let's look at the systems that are actually in place.
So in the US, a key tool is called VAERS. The best way to think of it is as a public tip line, an open door. Anyone, a patient, a parent, a doctor, can report any health issue that happens after a vaccination. It's designed to be an early warning system, so researchers can spot any potential patterns. But, and this part is critical, the reports are not verified. The system doesn't determine if a vaccine caused an event. It just collects all the data so scientists know where to look.
And what about those real physical reactions some people have? Well, scientists actually have a name for this: immunization stress-related response. It acknowledges that, hey, the simple act of getting a shot can be stressful, and that anxiety can trigger very real physical symptoms like fainting or hyperventilating. It's an important distinction. It's a reaction to the process, not to what's in the vaccine itself.
All right, so we've looked at the individual benefits, the community protection, and the science of safety. Now let's zoom all the way out to that final ripple. The undeniable, world-changing, global impact of vaccination.
Remember that 150 million lives saved figure we started with? Well, let's break it down. The measles vaccine alone is responsible for an incredible 94 million of them. That's over 60% of the total. It is, without a doubt, one of the most effective public health tools in the history of humanity.
And the benefits just keep stacking up in ways we're only now really starting to understand. It's not just about preventing disease, it's about fundamentally improving lives. We're seeing clear links between childhood vaccination and higher scores on cognitive tests, better school outcomes, and even protecting families from the crushing healthcare costs that a major illness can cause. It's a foundation for a healthier and even more prosperous future. So when you look at all the evidence, it's clear we are living through one of the greatest public health triumphs in history. The question isn't if vaccines work anymore. The real question for our generation is, how do we protect this incredible legacy and make sure this powerful shield stays strong for everyone, everywhere? Thanks for joining us on The Explainer.